Good Erev Shabbos, everyone. This week's Parsha is that of Bishalach. In Bishalach, of course, we have the Kriyas Yamsuf, the splitting of the sea, the drowning of the entire Egyptian army. Only Paro remained alive. They were thoroughly and totally annihilated. Klal Yisrael continues their journey in the desert. They don't have food. Hashem sends man that falls from heaven. And then as they continue further on in their journey, Klal Yisrael comes to a place, Refidim, and there's no water. And they say to Moshe Rabbeinu, Tanu lanu mayim, give us water. And Moshe says, why are you quarreling with me? What is it? Why are you testing Hashem? And the people were exceptionally thirsty. They had no water. There were millions of people, little babies. They had no water to drink, no water to cleanse themselves, to wash. And Moshe cries out unto Hashem, and this is where Hashem tells him that you will go, take your staff, and you will hit the rock. And they say this is the place that was called Masa Mariva, the quarreling, the testing of Klal Yisrael, saying, Hayesh Hashem b'kibenu amayim, is Hashem truly amongst us or not? And immediately after that, Amalek comes and attacks. This episode is inconceivable. Klal Yisrael just witnessed the 10 plagues that Hashem brought upon the Egyptians. Each and every plague contained so many miracles. It was clear beyond the shadow of a doubt that Hashem is the creator. Hashem is the master. Hashem is the one who sustains and provides life for one and all. Hashem is in total and thorough control. What he wishes is what shall take place. Like Hashem was proving to Paro, Ani Hashem, Bekerev Haaretz, I am Hashem. I am filled with compassion and love, and I am here amongst humanity. I know every detail of their lives. Ein kameini, there is nothing like me. There is no other force. I am the only one. I am the only reality. Klal Yisrael witnessed this. In addition, Klal Yisrael, they experienced the splitting of the sea when they crossed in the sea, in which it tells us that the wind, the tornado wind, it penetrated within the waters and it turned the mud and the waters into like a marble floor for Klal Yisrael to walk on. As we say in the Haggadah, there were 250 plagues. There were so many miracles that occurred for Klal Yisrael. The sea split into 12 divisions, one for each tribe, with windows. As the water stood up straight like walls, there were windows. They could see each other. It was unbelievable. It was something absolutely the hand of Hashem, not the finger. But as we say, Klal Yisrael saw the great hand of Hashem. And not only that, Klal Yisrael now experiences something no human being ever experienced. Food falling from heaven. Falling from heaven. Our sages asked the question, what bracha did they say? They said, Hamaitzi lecha min hashamayim. God brings forth food from the heavens. Every single day, with the exception of Shabbos and Yom Tov, there was food waiting for them. They could eat it. It satiated themselves, and they never had any waste or anything. This was a spiritual food. It was a physical food, but it had a spiritual impact upon Klal Yisrael. We had the clouds of glory protecting us. At night, we had a pillar of fire warming and illuminating the area for us. We had water. Now is Klal Yisrael, because they don't have water at this particular point in time, all of a sudden they say, Hayesh Hashem b'kirmenu, is God amongst us? How did they come to such a point? We're witnessing, we're still experiencing, and we're questioning, is God here? This is incomprehensible. In addition, Klal Yisrael comes to Moshe and they say, give us water. They're making a demand. You owe us water. What kind of a statement is that? They should have said, Moshe, we have no water. We're thirsty. Why did you bring us here? This is what they said last time. Why did you bring us into the desert where there's no water to live? But give us water? What kind of a statement is that? Why, I owe you water? What, I should produce water? In addition, why didn't Klal Yisrael daven to Hashem? Every time we called out to Hashem, Hashem responded. Why didn't they daven over here to Hashem? And finally, why did Hashem bring Klal Yisrael to this point? Hashem intentionally brought them to an area in which there was absolutely no water. And that means there was no water, not for an hour or two, maybe for a day or two. Who knows how long there was no water? Klal Yisrael. I mean, to live without water for millions of people, Hashem brought us to the brink of disaster. Why? How do we comprehend this? When parents take their children on a trip, if they're going for a trip, they're going somewhere on a little vacation and they drive for 3 hours and they make a stop and they have another hour and a half to drive. And when they stop, do children have to say, where's the food? Do we have any food? We're hungry. In a Yiddish home, a Yiddish mom is going to bring enough food not only to feed all of her children, but maybe if there's another carload that might need something to eat, she's got enough for them too. And the mother doesn't wait for the children to say, Mom, have you got anything to eat? I guarantee you every half an hour, the mother is saying to the children, who wants this? Who wants fruit? Who wants their vegetables? Who wants something? Who wants a piece of cake, cookie, something, bananas, whatever it might be? Every half hour, the mother is there offering to the children. And when they finally stop, they stop, and the first thing they do, they get out of their van or whatever, and they sit down, and the food is there. Children have to ask for the food. That's what a parent does. This was the mistake of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael said, of course, the existence of God is not in doubt. Of course, the majesty, the power, the control of God, there is no question. This we've seen, this we're experiencing. He provides us with man every single day. And Hashem has taken us on this journey into the desert. And our Father in heaven is here amongst us. And we don't have water? Well, we have to stop and ask for water? Moshe, give us water. Moshe, you're the emissary of Hashem, our Father, our Mother. There's no doubt that our Father, our Mother has provided food. Give us. What? We have to daven to Hashem? You know, when a person davens, maybe if Hashem is not amongst us, if Hashem is not, he's not bringing us out, we're living our lives and we have a tzara. Hashem, please help me. I need this. Hashem, please, I have this problem. I've got this dilemma. Please help me. But over here, we have to inform Hashem what we need. Isn't it obvious? A father, a mother brings their children out. We're going on a trip. We're into the woods, and you don't bring any food? Of course there's food. Moshe, give us food. That's why Klal Yisrael didn't daven. They couldn't comprehend unless this great creator and master is no longer amongst us. Maybe he left us here under your tutelage, Moshe. So therefore we turn to you. Give us something. Hayesh Hashem b'kebeni, is Hashem truly with us, amongst us? Because if he is, what do we have to ask? And Hashem intentionally brought Klal Yisrael to this point because there was a very important lesson for Klal Yisrael to learn. And that is that the purpose of prayer, davening, is not to inform Hashem of our needs. Hashem knows what we truly need far more than we know. We think we need X, Y, and Z. Hashem knows exactly what we need. The purpose of prayer is, Hashem, I have a problem. This is what I need for you to do to me. Hashem, do this for me. Hashem this, Hashem that, whatever. Please help, help, help. The purpose of prayer is that we should recognize the boundless, limitless kindness of Hashem, our benefactor. We should recognize Ki li'olam chastai. The purpose of prayer is to say, Hashem, you're the choynei l'adam das. You're the one who grants me the faculties of thought. Hashem, you're the one who's mavarach hashonim. You're the one who brings rain. You're the one who brings sunlight. You're the one who brings wind. You're the one who enables the earth to have the ability that it should absorb the water and the sunshine, and it should take a seed and bring forth life. Hashem, this is all from you. You're the Mavarach Hashem. Hashem, you're the Reifei Chayei Am Yisrael. You're the one who brings healing. Yes, you might enable a doctor in science to discover what you have already created in your planet. But Hashem, it all comes from you. Your kindness is beyond words of description. Silence sometimes is the greatest praise, because no matter what we say in gratitude to you, Hashem, we will be diminishing what you truly deserve, the tribute you deserve. Nevertheless, we daven not to inform Hashem what we need. We daven not just so that we can express what's in our hearts and remove some of the grief and the anxiety. The purpose of davening is to recognize the greatness of Hashem. When we eat something, we say a bracha. Hashem, you are the Borei Pri Adama. I'm about to eat this banana. It comes out of the earth. Hashem, you created this. We take it for granted. I'm going to drink a glass of milk. Comes from a cow. Who created that a cow should be able to produce milk that I can drink, a source of protein and calcium and so much? And everything exists with your word. I eat bread. It sustains me. It takes away my hunger. It gives me energy. It gives me life. It gives me the ability to function. You are the Maitzi Lechem in the Aretz. All of these are not to say to Hashem, hey, Hashem, this is what I need. Here's my list. Here's my grocery list. But rather that we should appreciate and be makir, recognize the unfathomable chesed that Hashem performs for each and every one of us, everything that he created. Hashem's kindness is li'olam chastai, for all eternity. There are no limits on the chesed. And therefore, of course Hashem was amongst us. Of course Hashem, our parent, has prepared for us everything we need. But Hashem is telling us, for our own growth, for the development of our own character, for our own success and happiness, it is imperative that we do not take for granted, but rather we should recognize we've come to a place there's no water. Hashem, we know that you are the source of everything that exists. We know that your kindness is without limits, and we know that you want us to have. And therefore we ask you, Hashem, not to inform, but to demonstrate that we recognize that you are the great benefactor. You are the one who's machalkel chayim bechesed. You sustain all life with your kindness. That's the purpose. Hashem brought us to this circumstance of such thirst so that we should turn to Hashem and understand what prayer is. Prayer is, yes, Hashem is here, and yes, Hashem has brought plenty of water. You know where it is? It's in a rock. In a rock, there's going to be enough water to satiate millions of people. Yeah, it's in a rock. Don't worry, Hashem has it. Our duty and responsibility is to recognize that. Unfortunately, we find ourselves generation after generation, when we become successful, in which we feel that, well, we have everything we need and more. and we've got plenty of this and plenty of that and whatever, and we don't even think of Hashem as our benefactor. What do you mean? My benefactor is my stockbroker and the people that I have investments with, and all of my great, clever, shrewd manipulation of putting money here and putting money there. I've prepared and taken care. And we don't realize who our true benefactor is. And then when something chas v'sholem happens, people say, Hayesh Hashem b'kirbeinu, where is Hashem? He's supposed to be with us. Why is Hashem? Why are you letting this happen? And the answer is Hashem says, well, I'm not letting anything happen. It's all designed so that we will say, Hashem, thank you for your boundless gifts on a daily basis that we seem to take for granted. That's what being a Jew is all about. Being a Jew is saying, thank you. Thank you for all that you have given, will give, and are giving me. That's what it means to be a Jew. Yehuda, to say thank you. That's what it is. May the Almighty enable us that we should be able to count our blessings and express our gratitude for the boundless kindness of Hashem. And therefore, we should all be able to stay safe and stay healthy and stay Jewish. Have a wonderful Shabbos.